So today is January 11th, 2025. And little known facts about me. I was in the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts growing up, as well as pretty much had my first job at 11 years old working at Foodland grocery store in Southfield, Michigan on 8 Mile and Southfield Road. Worked in the off season playing basketball and playing in a PAL league, Detroit PAL. While I was in Detroit public schools, I went to multiple elementary schools, went to multiple middle schools. Elementary, before I started playing sports, I was small, but I was getting bullied, and then I became a bully. I was fighting kids a lot. So I get kicked out of McKinney. Then my parents would put me into what was that on Evergreen Road, St. Timothy. So you've been in a classroom all day by yourself. Then I'll act good and act right and get back in public school and then act a fool again. I didn't chill out, so I started playing PAL football with the Detroit Panthers. Coach Woolley, the irony of that was Coach Woolley got me into Ludington my 8th grade year when I left Taft Middle School, and I did very well academically. Long story short, I still remember my math teacher, Mr. McAdoo, that was my basketball coach at Ludington, and we led to the championship against Winship. The shooting guard ended up going to Detroit Country Day. I went to Catholic Central for football, though. But Mr. McAdoo had me perfect mathematics very young in 8th grade. And Ms. Shemansky even made my perfection even more with my catalogs in Detroit Catholic Central freshman year. That being said, I played for Panthers 2 years, Coach Lewis, and then I played 1 year with the Rams and played my last year for PAL because I played freshman year football at CC. But I led the Rams to the semifinals, to the championship when we played the Cubs. The wide receiver ended up going to Cass Tech, but I had an interception that game. Pretty cool. I was number 1 jersey for the Rams down on Evergreen Road there, I don't know, Grand River or whatever. That was great times. It was by DMC Hospital football field. And then, yeah, I think about all that. And it was great times. And I played, I worked in the off season with my 8th grade year at Langton. I went back and worked in the off season with Foodland grocery store again. So that was my first job, at 11 years old, and I think 13 or 14 years old. And I always kept money, even though my parents, helped me financially a lot. I always worked. I worked in the off season when I was at Catholic Central, basketball camps. I worked at Coach Karate's brother's pizza parlor near UAD College, Greg's Pizza. When I was at Ball State, I worked in the library in the map department. Coach Lewis got me that job. It was a pretty cool job. Moved furniture at Ball State. Even though I had a brand new Ranger in high school, brand new Ford Escape at Ball State, and a brand new Ford F-150 Burgundy at Washington, D.C. at Howard. I worked at ESPN Zone off season. I worked for Regis Accounting, Auditing in D.C. It was just fun times. I think about that. My 2 cents, January 11th, 2025.